Welcome to Investors Insights. Our topic today, it's not a guessing game. That topic came from a client of ours that I saw at a recent social event in which we were talking about our vlogs. The client looked at me and said, "Greg, I need to tell you this. I thoroughly enjoy your vlogs. There is no doubt that you guys do a tremendous amount of research at Five Plan Partners. The data you present is fantastic. Prior to going with Five Plan Partners, we had never heard some of these things, and you've proven to us that you have strategy and that it's not a guessing game." And that resonated with me. It's not a guessing game. I'm joined today by my distinguished colleagues, Bobby Norman and Trey Booth, who I thoroughly enjoy over the years, all the discussions, debates, and research we've gone over. And this morning, they've got some great insight for you on additional research. A lot's happening in the world, and we want to share this information with you. So with that, guys, it was a great meeting. Bobby, I think probably, if you're okay, let's start with you. Valuations, the market. We're getting a lot of questions about that. So share the research with us.
Yeah, a lot of our viewers know that we like to go over client questions in our vlog. So I want to talk about a question that we got last week. A client was asking about if we had any concerns now that the election is over. And so I want to share our response. And so while the election always leads to uncertainty and market volatility, one post-election concern is the current valuation of parts of the market, with some valuations nearing historical highs. And so while valuations are high, one reason is that technology and a big push for artificial intelligence has helped justify the historically high valuations. Obviously, technology is playing a bigger part in corporate productivity and revenue. But one valuation model we look at that you can see in this chart here is called the Buffett ratio. The Buffett ratio measures total value of U.S. stocks relative to GDP. And you can see in the blue line, the Buffett ratio hit 2.96 this year, which is obviously near the historical high seen in the chart. Another valuation we look at is forward price to earnings ratios of the S&P 500 and the Magnificent Seven. So we look at forward PE ratios carefully because it's based on estimated corporate earnings, which we talk about all the time as being one of the main drivers of the stock market. So you can see the blue line here in the chart. The forward PE ratio of the S&P 500 is nearing the peak seen in the post-COVID stimulus rallies that we saw back in 2020 and 2021. So valuations are one concern that we have, but it also doesn't mean that the market is going to trade back. It's simply one of the many things that we look at in building our investment strategies. So valuations, we're looking at very carefully here.
Well, well said, Bobby. The data and the facts take out the guessing game. So yeah, you're right. And we look at all these things on a regular basis to see if we need to adjust portfolios in relation to the financial blueprints. So I thought that was great insight on your part, and thanks for bringing that in our discussion and debates this morning. And Trey, you also jumped right in with the discussion and debates, and the world is not dull right now. In the United States, you've got some insight domestically, but globally, there's a lot going on as well, and our clients are asking us about that. Talk to us about the research.
Yeah. I mean, to Bobby's point, we've definitely had what many would say, almost a euphoric or an animal spirits-driven rally in the U.S. as the big unknown about the U.S. election has moved past, and so we felt like geopolitically a lot should have calmed down, and that's certainly been the case domestically. The big unknown of the election has moved off for at least 2 years. And we got some good reports domestically out of the jobs market on Friday. It was kind of a Goldilocks report, not too hot, not too cold, which is exactly what the Fed's looking for. So the market's now expecting the Fed to cut rates. We got 227,000 new jobs. That's not a great number, but it's not bad. Wages are up 4% year over year. That's good news. But labor force participation slipped and unemployment rate rose. With that, there was also, however, getting back to the euphoric, maybe animal spirits, the U.S. consumer came alive and spent $13.3 billion on Cyber Monday, a 7.3% increase. So if you look inward, things are going great domestically, but
Very much so.
it's the things you're not seeing that always can cause the problems. It's the unknown unknowns that'll get you. And these are some known unknowns. It's definitely not domestic. It's international. When we look international, things aren't nearly as settled. France deposed their prime minister in a vote of no confidence. South Korea had a martial law put in place by their president, and then their Congress is now looking to replace that president. And then over the weekend, Syria, the Assad family that has led Syria for 50 years, that has been overthrown, and Assad's either in a plane crash or has fled to Russia. So there's definitely a lot of, it seems to be building. It's these uncertainties seem to be happening somewhat surprising and at a quick pace. And so while we're all happy with this Goldilocks domestic situation, we're kind of in between. It's not too bad, not too good. Everything's kind of rolling along. We've got to focus, really focus on what's happening internationally, because that's what will sneak up and surprise you. So we're looking at that very closely as we get through this holiday season.
Yeah, and holiday season is correct, and we'll be watching it, and we will be providing more and more data and facts. As I said at the beginning of this vlog, taking out the guessing game. It's not a guessing game, and we want to emphasize that. There's a lot going on as we finish up 2024, move into 2025. Also, in terms of our vlogs, we're also going to continue on social media with Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, our podcast on YouTube. We're going to continue giving you information. And of course, we always enjoy, and especially during the holiday season, the one-on-one conversations with her. We're doing it in person, through Zoom, WebEx, however we can communicate with you, and on the phone. So we hope you have a great week. Yes, we're watching it closely and how we navigate through these times. And we want to emphasize to you that we're striving every day here at Five Plan Partners to see to it that our clients have a better, richer, fuller life. Have a great week.